In Dragon Ball Super Episode 64, Future Trunks, after watching Piccolo demonstrate how to use the evil Containment Wave or the Mafuba technique on a video, learned and successfully used it against Immortal Zamasu in his first attempt, without any form of practice or whatsoever. Many fans found that a bit illogical because earlier on we see Goku learn the technique, but he wasn't able to do it instantly. We don't get the exact time he was training for it, but we see him learning it overnight, and probably it took around 6 to 8 hours. So, how did Trunks ended up using it successfully in such a short time? Firstly, even though Goku is really quick when it comes to learning a new move or technique, Trunks is supposed to be even more talented. He is a prodigy. And it's a proven fact. Trunks achieved the Super Saiyan form with much less effort than Goku. Goku had been living in the wild, training and all ever since he was born. Trunks comparatively got so powerful with much lesser effort and training. Even in DBS, Trunks, after training with Vegeta for a short period of time, learned two of his signature moves, Final Flash and Goblet Gun. He is almost around the power level of Goku and Vegeta, as he was able to fight Black and Zamasu alone, while Goku and Vegeta at that point were struggling to do so and had to return to the past. In terms of natural ability or talent to learn a technique, Trunks already had the upper hand. Secondly, the situation is a vital point. Even though Goku had an urgency to learn the technique, no one was getting killed right in front of him, so Goku took enough time to make sure he mastered the technique perfectly. Just because Trunks was able to seal Zamasu doesn't mean he totally mastered the technique to perfection. Besides, it is because Zamasu is immortal, he never has his guards up, so it was easier for Trunks to do that. Maybe Goku could have done the same, but he took the time to understand it better, to use it in a more complex situation. As now fused Zamasu knows about the technique, it won't be easy to use it against him once again, as he will try to dodge or counter it, knowing it can cause trouble. Like Piccolo Jr. was able to counter it because of the memory retained from King Piccolo. So Goku perhaps still know how this technique can be used in a better way, and that's why it took him more time. Also, during Goku's training on the receiving end, it was the turtle, so he might have had to go a bit easy on him too. The most important thing is, Trunks was in a raged mode when he used the technique, as Zamasu had Bulma. Saiyans perform better when they're angry or if they're under pressure. Maybe if Goku was in the place of Trunks, he could have done the same. If you have a problem with characters learning moves in such an undeserving way, then the problem should date back to the DBZ days, when they give immense power boosts to young hybrid Saiyans just to make them strong enough to be relevant. Thinking that way, Trunks learning it like this makes sense, and I would rather complain on Goku taking longer. Think about TN back in the Dragon Ball days. He watched the technique for once and then learned it by training. After all these days, this Trunks is so superior to that TN that he could annihilate him just by staring. Going by that, Trunks should be able to use it without even having to practice. However, the writers could have done slightly better. Instead of putting that gag scene where Trunks was making Ginyu poses trying to learn Mafuba, they could have shown him the clip earlier and he could have at least tried it for once before actually doing it. Again, there are many factors to be taken into consideration, like the different stages of mastery of this technique, situation and some other stuff. So, I think even though it might seem a bit weird, it logically makes enough sense. Do comment below and let me know what you think about this. For exclusive Dragon Ball updates, like our Facebook page, Dragon Ball Fans. See you in the next Dragon Ball video.